Anyone else here happy about school being over and your kids won't make you sick again? Man, it sucks. Hi guys and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, we're talking about credit cards, points, finances, and travel. If this is something that interests you, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, lately Delta announced these credit cards with increased offers. They also have a special version on the Reserve. It's all great news. The Reserve is something that most geeky credit card people like us are interested in. Honestly, it doesn't change anything. It's the same as the standard when it comes to benefits. It just looks way cooler and the material is way cooler and the history behind it is way cooler. So yeah, as somebody that enjoys watches so much, this is a big deal for me. If I had this credit card, I would definitely get the new version. I just don't, and I don't see it as a good reason to apply for it. But if you do have the Reserve, this is a good opportunity for you to change it to something very unique. This is out of metal, out of a 747 dismantled jumbo jet. So I think it's great. You have a piece of history of your favorite airliner. We've done debates here, polls. You guys said that Delta is your favorite by good margin. So yeah, I know that many people will be interested in this. But what we're here for is numbers, and the numbers are looking much better than they did before. They were already great, especially for the first year. So without any further ado, let's jump to the presentation, see what kind of impact these sign-up bonuses have, and come back to wrap it up. Starting with the blue, we see that it has a 10,000 point sign-up bonus after spending $500 in 3 months. The only credit is that 20% off in-flight purchases. The multipliers are looking actually pretty good for a non-annual fee credit card. 2x on Delta, US restaurants, 1x on everything else. And the return on spend is 27%. Looking at the gold, we're looking at 70,000 points after spending only 2,000 in 3 months. One checked bag, up to 9 people reservation per reservation. Priority boarding for cabin, the standard cabin, and 20% off in-flight purchases. The multipliers, 2x on Delta, restaurants, US supermarkets, and 1x on everything else. The return on spend is incredible. It's 51%. As a side note here, the light green that you see on the maximum value line, the light green is what you get as a sign-up bonus, translated to dollar amount. And this is with 1.3 cents per point. Personally, I get like 1-to-1 for most of my flights, but yeah, I mean, I know how you are. The blue, the light blue, is the amount you're getting as a dollar amount you're getting from the spending you're doing to hit the sign-up bonus. And then the white is the value of the check-in bags for one person, round trip for one person. So $60, and I get that as a basis. I always try to give you the worst case scenario so you can only get more than what I show. Keep that in mind. I don't want you to get one of these credit cards one day and come back disappointed and say, you said this, I'm not hitting anywhere near that. So I'm giving you worst case scenarios and then you build on top of that. So the return on spend is 51%. Going to the platinum, we see that it has 90,000 points after spending 3,000 in 3 months. The main difference here is that it does have a $100 TSA pre-global entry credit. And of course, it has one companion pass every year for the main cabin. At the worst case scenario, you can expect at least 36% for the platinum. Now, on the Reserve, we're looking at 100,000 points after spending $5,000 in 3 months. And the main difference here between the two credit cards, the platinum and the Reserve, is that the Reserve has a much better companion pass that's for first class, up to first class. And then you have the Sky Club Centurion Lounge access. I don't give any value for that because I'm not sure if you're going to use it. I don't have a hard value for it. But if you do, you can add on top of that. The return on spend is 19%. But as we know, what's important, it's what happens in the second year and every year after. We're looking at a long-term game here. Guys, please like, subscribe. It really helps me to continue doing all this research so you don't have to. To do that, as always, we apply our imaginary budget of $12,000 equally spread between travel, restaurants, gas, and groceries. And we see that the blue drops down to 2%, the gold down to 2%, the platinum is at 3%, and then the reserve is at 2%. Looking them next to each other, we're looking that for the first year, the best credit card to get by a long margin is really the gold. The gold is just incredible, 51%. You don't see that anywhere. Second is the platinum, 36%. Third is the blue, 27%. And fourth is the reserve with 19%. And then for the second year, the platinum is first, second the reserve, third the gold, fourth the blue. As always, it's very complicated to give you one straight answer. The only correct answer I can give and be guaranteed to be correct is it depends. It depends of your travel habits. It depends of what you value. If you value lounge access, then the reserve is a no-brainer. If you value a first-class companion pass every year, that's invaluable. I mean, that alone could easily cover the annual fee. And then on top of that, you have the lounge access, the free luggage, and everything else. So it's really important to understand what kind of traveler you are. For somebody like me that's not a frequent Delta traveler, I think the gold is gold because it really gives you that free bag that's typically what you pay with Delta. It does have the same 20% off in-flight purchases. So it has all the basics for somebody that travels like once or twice a year with Delta. If you're frequent, it's a whole different story, and I would go directly for the reserve. I heard many of you, we've done videos comparing these Delta credit cards with their peers from other companies, and we know that some of you find a lot of value, especially those of you that travel a lot with Delta. So I know that you can get a whole lot more than the annual fee, both for the platinum and the reserve. So keep that in mind. So that's why I also have them with asterisk in the second and every year after, because it really depends how you see it, what you value. The blue is really for those that know that they won't be traveling with Delta anytime soon. They don't want to pay the annual fee, so it's a downgrade path. And the only good thing that you get out of the blue is that you don't lose a credit line and it doesn't affect your credit score. So with that in mind, the blue is really not for a Delta traveler. It's just a downgrade path to a non-annual fee credit card, and that's amazing. I mean, American Express Platinum or Gold, the regulars, they don't offer that. You have to pay at least for a green. So that's amazing to see. But if I was a frequent traveler with Delta, I would most likely take the reserve and call it a day. But that's all for today. Let me know what you guys think. How do you like these new offers? How do you like the new reserve credit card? And let me know if you have any experiences with these credit cards and which one is your favorite. Guys, please like, subscribe. Until the next one, ciao.